Hello YouTube. Here is a list of some of my favorite time-wasting games that can be found online. All of the links for each of the games will be provided in the description below. So please feel free to go check these games out and waste some time. Some of them are actually pretty addicting and they're all rather fun to play. Okay, so first up we have SportsHeads Football Championship 2014-15. It can be found on Congregate, and there are actually many versions of this game, but it's basically super simple. All you have to do is move your character back and forth. You can jump up and down, and you're basically trying to defend your goal and make goals. Make and defend goals. That's pretty much the whole point. There's all kinds of different upgrades to either freeze your character or make you bigger or smaller or make your goal bigger or smaller. And you can go through an entire tournament setup. In order to win the championship, you'll be probably spending quite a bit of time because it's actually a lot harder than it looks. Because you can kick, you can kick with your space button. Oftentimes the most devastating shots are the ones where you just ram your head into the ball and directly into the opponent's net. So anyway, that one's a lot of fun. Next up is on Royal Games, there's a game called BB Bathtub. This is another super simple game. Basically you're in a bathtub. You've got two harpoons that are rotating. They're swinging back and forth, and you got to choose when to shoot the harpoon. Hit the thing, get the prize. That's basically the whole point. Some things are worth more than others, and some things even take away from your points, so you have to be wary of what you're trying to do. Obviously, these little swimming diver guys and stuff like that will drop various things when you hit them, so you definitely want to go for those guys because they'll drop like gold bricks sometimes, or occasionally a seagull may shit a gold brick out at you. Obviously, you want to pick those up. Pretty much anything that moves around might shit a gold brick, so be on the lookout for that. So next on the list is another Congregate game. It's called Radical Fishing. Basically, you're going to be able to buy certain power-ups to help you drop your hook as far down as you can without accidentally catching a fish. Because you want to get it as deep as you can, because then you're going to pull it back up, and when you pull it back up, after you hit the first fish, you collect fish all along the way until you finally get to the top, in which you, of course, as most fishermen do, throw all of your fish up into the air in order to shoot it with assault weapons. Now, obviously this is a typical thing that people like to do, but I still find it to be very fun, and it's quite satisfying to blow all the fish into smithereens with a fully automatic weapon after you go flying up into the air. And to get the points, you have to shoot the fish, so you got to make sure to shoot as many of them as you can. It's great. There's many upgrades and things to help you out and get your hook deeper and deeper into the water. And next we have Agario. This game is infuriating, but fun and awesome. Maybe it's infuriating for me because I suck at these kinds of games. Basically, you're a bubble. There are other bubbles. Eat the other bubbles. If you're bigger than the other bubbles, you can eat them. If you're smaller than the other bubbles, you can get eaten. Because sometimes these other bubbles are other players. And if they are, then they can absorb all the bubbles you've been feeding yourself on, basically. So it's basically like an absorb the enemy's life force kind of a game. There's free-for-all, there's also team play, there's many different versions of the game. People can get gigantic in this game, as you can see. Another thing you can do is you can split yourself by hitting the space bar. So if you think that 50% of yourself is still bigger than your target, then split on off and you'll be able to consume him. And the last game on our list for today is Rebuild 2. This one can be found on Congregate as well. This game is basically a zombie rebuilding game. You get to choose your name, different aspects of what you're trying to do. There's equipment you can equip your guys with. And basically you're going to try to retake as much of the city as you can. But you basically have to make decisions that are good for your team, because if you send out too many guys to go scavenge and then the zombie horde hits that night, you're all going to be, they're going to be dining on your guts by the morning time. So that is all of the games we're going to do for the list for today. So that is our list. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like the list, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.